afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Meadsy69 and welcome back to the channel. Today we're just going to go through update 6.4. As you can see in the news and on YouTube with What Blitz, update 6.4 is coming tonight/tomorrow, and I really just wanted to talk about some of the changes that are in the news because some of them are very, very interesting. Now, Wargaming have really focused on the lower tier tanks, especially tier sort of 4 and 5. So we're going to go through literally the whole news. We're going to read the news together. So as you can see, update is on the 16th, where I think it normally goes down either tonight. Well, it used to go down, but because they got two different like servers, they got P1 and P2. Usually they update one. So they update P1 and everyone gets switched to P2, and then they do vice versa. So it doesn't really, which is good because it means you're not logged out of the game for 5-6 hours. You can carry on playing it until pretty much the update is ready, which is great, which is fantastic for Wargaming to actually add that. So we're not going to watch the video, we are going to look at everything else. So first up is camouflage for the WZ113 GFT, 2,550 gold. Looks nice, does look like a nice camouflage. I don't know if I'll get it straight away. I mean, 2,500 gold is a lot just to buy camouflage with. So next up we have the pumpkin spice, between 65 and 750 camouflage, depending on the tier. Obviously 750 will be tier 10. And again, spider trap. I do like this camo. I think it looks like a really, really good camo. Very good camo. Next, scary swarm. Maybe rolling swarm will buy this, because why not? It's an okay camouflage, but it's not a camouflage that I would buy. And obviously the pumpkin and the spooky web camouflages are coming back as well. So new attachments now. Attachments. Who would buy attachments? 1,200 gold to put a bike on the back of your WZ113 GFT. 1,200 gold, which is actually quite cheap considering a lot of the attachments are around 4,000 gold, which is crazy. Just like we have here, 4,000 gold to have some bats on your tank in tier 10. But that does look great. I do admit that is amazing, and I reckon a lot of people are going to buy that attachment. It does look good, very unique, very, very unique. Whether I'll get it, I really don't know. The standard bearer attachment for the T22 is coming available, and as I've said, 4,000 gold for being a tier 10. And now we're going to look at some buffs. Now, tier 4 tanks. Tier 4 tanks, the multipliers for combat XP and credit earned were increased for researchable tier 4 tanks, the exception of the B1 and the M7, for which the multiplier for credits earned was slightly decreased. Now, decreased gun reload times, so from 6.3 to 4.31 for the Vickers medium, so that's like almost 2 seconds off. They are really upgrading these lower tier tanks from 6.3 to 3.81, again almost 2.5 seconds for the Valentine AT, from 5 to 3.5 for the M3 Light, from 5 to 4.2 for the Top Gun of the D2, from 7.19 to 4.79 for the Renault EU UE57, from 13.42 to 11.51 for the Grobchak de Krap. Now that is some buffs, man. They are really, really working on those lower tiers. The average damage of an APCR shell was decreased from 40 to 30 for the M2 medium tank, M22 Locust, and M5 Stuart. Nothing, I mean, just 10 damage less per shot. So T82, the tier 3 collectible T82 for the gun. Dispersion on the gun traverse was decreased. Dispersion at 100 meters was decreased from 0.52 to 0.451. Aiming time decreased by over a second. And T28 mod, we have the reload time decreased from 10.74 to 8.15. Again, some big buffs here for tier 3, tier 4 tanks. SU-85B, dispersion on hull traverse of the stock and top suspension was decreased. The aiming time of the top gun decreased from 5.2 to 3.1, so that's almost 2 seconds off the aim time for the SU-85B. Electo for the Top Gun reload time was decreased again, almost 2 seconds or just over a second. Dispersion on the gun traverse decreased. Dispersion at 100 meters decreased. Aiming time decreased by almost 2 seconds. They are really looking at the lower tiers this update. Covenator, dispersion on the hull traverse, dispersion on gun traverse, magazine reload was decreased from 11.51 to 9.59. B1, the front now has a lower glacis plate. Its armor thickness is 27mm. All other parts of the frontal armor was evened out at 75mm. The armor behind the driver at the front of the suspension was enhanced with pretty much triple. The side armor at the driver's cabin was enhanced to over triple as well. So that's all the lower tiers. I mean, up until tier 5. I am slightly worried about all these buffs, to be honest, because surely Seal Clubbers are going to have a lot more fun. Like, surely. I'm sure Wargaming wanted to stop Seal Clubbing, and they go and decide to buff all the lower tier tanks. Now, moving to tier 5, T1 Heavy, the increased armor from 83 to 127 on the upper glacis plate, from 70 to 127 on the slope part of the upper glacis and lower plates, from 44 to 76 on the side above the tracks. The frontal armor of the lowest glacis plate was weakened just a little bit, well, a considerable amount. The armor of the frontal plate and gun mantlet from the stock turret was enhanced. The armor of the front plate and gun mantlet on the top turret was enhanced as well. And then we get to the BDR G1B, increased armor, pretty much all over. Increased stock turret armor as well. Increased top turret, stock turret armor, increased top turret armor. I mean, nothing too special, but it's still a good little buff for the BDR, which is already a good tank. Tier 5 VK3001, increased armor, I mean double the armor there, increased turret armor. These are just all little, but here we got the Leopard. The Leopard, which I have literally just played for my free-to-play series, and it's now got a big buff again. So the number of the shells of the magazine was increased from 9 to 12. The number of shells per shot was increased from 3 to 4. So that's a big difference. That's a big difference. So you had 3 shells before that all shot 3 shells, I think, at a time. And now you've got 4 shots that will probably shoot 3 shells as well. So that's a big little buff, big buff for the Leopard there. It used to have 5 shells, and I think it used to shoot like 15 times. It used to be, when it first came, it used to be completely broke. So it's got another buff there. I didn't think, after playing it on my free-to-play account, I'm at 80% win rate. I've aced it about 7-8 times. I really don't think it needed another buff. Also, the dispersion after firing was decreased, and the dispersion on turret traverse was decreased. So, moving up tier 6, M6, which is already, again, a good tank. Increased armor. I mean, it's already got good armor as it is. But let's give it some more. 102 to 127 on the upper glacis, 86 to the 127 on the radio operator and driver's hatch. Increased stock turret armor, increased top turret armor. I mean, that's a big 102 to 150 millimeters on the front and gun's mantlet. Now, here we get to the big boys, the 112 Glacial. Now, this is a buff. The lower plate of the Glacial from 80 to 140 millimeters for the lower glaciers plate. that is a big buff. It's already got a good upper plate on the Glacius, and now it has got an insane lower plate Glacius. So you're going to be able to side scrape, you're going to be able to hold down, you're going to be able to do a lot of different things with this tank. And of course, from 0 to 150 for the part behind the gun mantlet, which I should imagine was a bug. Now, next up, the K91. And again, I like the K91. It's a good tank. And this has just got a big buff. I think it's a big buff. So the UBR 41 2D AP shell was replaced with the UBR 41 412 DA, whatever that is, and the average damage was increased. So you do 310 shot, and don't forget it's an auto loader, so you do 310 three times, and that's changed to 350. That's a big difference. And also the heat has gone from 260 to 300. So that is a big, nice buff for the K91. Now we're going to look at Alpenstat. Obviously, with Halloween coming, it is now horror stat. With all the darkness, all the pumpkins ready for the Halloween event. Shells fly beautifully. So the turrets of the Standard B Sherman Firefly can now be blown off when you get ammo racked and when you have low hit points. Shell Tracers received a new improved look. Now, I don't know if it's you, but they've put a 6.3 here, which was now, and a 6.4, which is the next update. I can't really, there's not too much of a difference. I mean, when it shoots, you can see the smoke. The smoke is a little bit different. It's a little bit more smoke, I think. But that's the only thing. I think that is roughly, it's a little added bonus there. Names of the T6 Dracula and the Helsing HO has just become Dracula and Helsing. And the very last thing is just the bugs are fixed. A lot of the bugs were fixed, general bugs and client crashes. Now that is all the update of 6.4. Don't forget that there is the event starting very soon, where you can possibly win some tanks, and the new game mode is coming as well. So that's going to come very soon. So keep an eye on the channel. Hopefully I'll be doing a video of the new tanks, especially the Lycan and maybe the Stug. And of course we are going to have a new look at the Helsing and the Dracula with their new camouflages. So stay tuned to channel. I think me and Skate Extreme, or sorry, I called him Skate Extreme last time and I got told off. Me and Skate are going to be streaming hopefully next Thursday. If the event is there and the new mode is up and running, we are going to play the new mode, and it's going to be an amazing fun stream to play. So join us for that. Keep an eye on the channel, guys. There is a lot of videos to come up. Tonight we're going to do another video of the tanks in store, which is the Chieftain and the AT-15A. So that's going to be released tonight, and we have loads to come up still. We are due to go on holiday in 2 weeks' time, so we've also got another series for that holiday, which is the first week we're going to look at my favourite tech tree line, and the second week we're going to look at my worst tech tree line. So still plenty to come on the channel. Enjoy the update, enjoy the event, enjoy the new mode. I'm Meadsy69, and I'll catch you soon.